recording is started.
So as you come to consciousness, you find your hands strapped behind your back in a chair in an upright position, a ringing in your ears, a numbness to your body. Your clothes and garments seem to be as when you last recall them, though as you reach for your weaponry and backpacks, you see they are not there. Darkness in the room is broken by a center light directly above you, creating a small 10-foot radius illuminating straight down onto your figure. You immediately become aware, after the ringing fades, numerous voices, coughing, spluttering, an environment where there is an acute level of silence, interrupted only occasionally. And then a voice speaks out. Will the first witness please regale their account of events on the night in question? And I'd like all of you now to roll to see who is the first witness. I'm going with lowest will be the roll. So we've got a 9 for Voldreth, sorry, a 10 for Voldreth, a 9 for Salothar, 15 for Torbrun, and an 18. So, Salothar, as this voice echoes out of the darkness, your eyes deceiving you, not laying any attention, only the direction. It's coming opposite you, at about your head height, not maybe 15 feet more than away from you. How do you respond?
What night? What question? What the hell is everyone talking about, and where the hell am I?
A voice pipes up. Come now, Knight of the Realm. You're here before the courts, in the House of Cog itself. Answer the question.
I would if I understood it, so could you please phrase it clearly? What night, what events?
Last night you were caught apprehended at the warehouse at the docks, Warehouse 6, following dubious activities, simultaneously whilst a serious explosion and the sinking of one of the vessels in the harbour was underway. We are currently investigating the murder of a goblin individual under the hiring and local employment of one of the members of the COG, and also an infamous and notorious scoundrel who was under investigation here for dubious activities into smuggling and other many accusations.
Well,
The latter individual was the warehouse to which you were recovered from. So I will pose the question again, please. What is your version of events of what you witnessed at the docks on the night in question?
well, it's easy. We were hired by, the warehouse's owner, one of the warehouse's owners, should I say business rivals, to go in, have a look, see what exactly he was up to, which we did. The goblin in question was subcontracted by the same employer, which name I will withhold
State for the
for now.
record.
As I said, I will withhold the name, seeing as I am not at liberty to disclose it. Now, the fact that I don't know it might help me in that respect. Safe to say he is somebody from the city, probably a businessman. If you would hire a mercenary to break into somebody's warehouse, would you, I don't know, give him a business card?
So
Oh,
you were
man.
employed to break into Warehouse 6 on the night in question?
break in with the purpose of seeing what his business rival was up to.
And on the count of larceny, how do you plead?
Of what's that? Stealing?
Larceny, the burning and intentional destruction through uses of fire of other people's property.
That had nothing to do with me and my associates.
So you plead not guilty to larceny.
I plead not guilty to larceny. So, as I was saying, the goblin was subcontracted by the same individual and given to us as a liaison. Um, but he was killed by one of the what I assume were the owner's defense mechanisms, some massive automaton. Before he could do much, we put the automaton down, had a look, headed out. Last thing I remember was running headfirst into the warehouse owner, where we tried to come to an arrangement that would involve us walking away without any further blood being shed. I was just about to slam the door in his face and lead my men the other way around when massive flash, and then I'm here.
Prosecution rests, Your Honor. The same voice that's been asking you says. A familiar voice to you. A gruffy, grounded dwarf voice speaks out and says, Your Honor, the defense would like to state something for the record. The voice of Phineas echoes throughout the chamber. As you can see, my client here is clearly still delirious from the magics of the Arcanum. I would like it noted that undue force was once again applied at the point of altercation unnecessarily. And it was this individual here who was part of the necessity, assistance, and the aid and abetting of capture of said individual who was under investigation and about to escape off onto a nearby vessel with some local produce that had been not cleared through customs. I would like this man's actions noting to have been a great assistance to Port Kiln and the customs excise team. Sir Lothar, is it true that I hired you to investigate strange activities going on at the Warehouse 6 in question that night? Phineas steps forward and you can sort of make out his shape.
Yeah, I suppose.
And is it true that I indeed instructed you to go no holds barred to ensure the safety of the task that I had asked of you, to ensure that every door was opened and no stone left unturned, so that you could correctly and adequately report to the cog if there was any undue activities going on at Warehouse 6?
Yeah, yeah. If you phrase it like that, sure.
To the witnesses and jury accountable today, I present that my client here was simply doing what he had been employed to do. The defense rests. We would like to call witness 2. Full dress.
Oh,
For a
dang it.
moment, the ringing in your ear stops, and the white light fills your vision as the same circumstances are what you find yourself within.
Oh, what
Same
the
question
hell?
is posed to you. Where were you on the night in question? And why were you at Warehouse 6?
Oh, I was doing the job for my dwarf brother, you see. I had to go find some illegal stuff to see. It's this and get off the hook, you know what I mean?
And on the count of Larson, how do you plead?
Oh, they'll fire me, but they want me. Not guilty. A fire to brew me tea, you see. Not one for setting boats on fire, you know.
Is it true that you are indeed capable and in tune with dark arts and dark magics?
Hey! All of you know. I don't know how to use them.
So, here we have an individual once again employed, but incapable of controlling his own magical powers.
Oh, I didn't say that. I said I don't know how to use them. There's a difference. I can use them, but they go everywhere. So I don't use them. But where's me bloody stick? I needed to walk. Me legs aren't as young as they used to be. Oh, man, can you bring me my stick, please, before any questions?
You won't need your stick until you finished answering your questions. Then you'll be returned with your belongings.
Okay. Give me shake on that one.
You hear a cough and a splutter. Out of the darkness, Phineas steps, puts a hand on your shoulder, and whispers something into your ear. He very quietly says the words, "It would be best if you said as much about your past as you can to gain some empathy in this case. Make them feel sad for you." He then loudly says, "As another member of the crew, I trusted and tasked with the investigation of Warehouse 6. Is there anything in particular you would like to share to us of your motivations as to why you undertook such a task?"
Well, he asked about me dark powers. Oh, so spooky. And how I don't control them. Well, would it interest you find people if I told you I got 'em?
Go on. "Objection, Your Honor. Relevancy. I wish to prove it," says Phineas.
So, I, a simple priest of me old village, name's not important. It's gone now. Not important. And the altar, someone voodooed it. Corruption. I was like, I need to stop me village getting corrupted and bless the avatar. So I imbued myself with this corruption. It doesn't mean I'm some dark wretch. I can heal anyone in this courtroom, any elements. Just not yet. I need me nap. Need me mana back. Warehouse, bit crazy. But I did it to save my village people. And you've took me bloody book. I need me book. It's the only thing I've got of me home. How dare you? It's not lethal. It's just me home.
"As you can see, everybody," Phineas says, arms wide, "this is just a poor man, subject to his circumstances. The dark nature of his ailment is only darker through the needs in which he must do to make ends meet, but for the betterment of society. He is no harm, no threat, but a healer." A voice from somewhere in the room, somewhere towards your left, says, in thick Italian mafia gangster accent that I am incapable of creating at this moment, "I want to hear what he has to say about why my brother died."
Oh, it's your brother. I can't quite see over there. My eyes, they're not as good as they used to be.
A light flickers on depicting the unmistakable silhouette of a goblin with a very similar looking nose and hair features to that of Scribbler. Though with a monocle and a top hat and a silver diamond-tipped cane, this individual has style and flair and an ungodly grin of sharp teeth to match. He repeats his question. I want to know what happened to my brother.
Oh, Scribbler, you got an upgrade. Wait a minute. I swear you got your head ripped off and smushed to pieces.
Did you do it? I'll be
Hey.
asking the questions.
Hey, if I'm a giant robot with a wheel and a massive spinning axe, then yeah, sure. But I'm a short, old man without his bloody cane.
As you can see, this individual needs a little bit of more support and tact. I appreciate, Council Member, your questions. However, I think he needs some more rest. The defense rests.
Oh, can go for me now. Can I have me cane, please?
As you are helped up from the chair, the two of you watch as being dragged in, unconscious, is Torbrun, thrown and sat into the chair. Torbrun, the ringing in your ear stops. A white light glares down from above you. The same question is posed of you. Where were you the night in question, and why were you at Warehouse 6?
Well, I'm pretty sure. Are we in the same room as everyone else, or are we
You
being
have
brought?
no
Okay.
bearing.
Okay.
The other two are
Okay.
now watching as you have joined the back of
Okay.
this room.
I was in the warehouse, Your Honor.
And what were you up to?
I was employed to investigate the warehouse on accounts for suspicious activity.
How did your investigation unfold?
We had a team of 4, plus an extra who was also contracted by my employer. But I myself am part of a party of 4. The extra, a goblin by the name of Scribbler, unlocked the main gate after a distraction happened somewhere in the area of the warehouse. Once we got in, we were quickly met with a deadly force, which was what appeared to be an automaton aptly made for war or weaponized purposes, who then proceeded to kill off our extra, the goblin. We managed to take down the automaton. We then proceeded further to continue our investigation. Once concluded that we had enough evidence on our attempt to exit the building, we were stopped by Dracus, who left this ugly little mark on the side of my head, and you can see half my face is still bloodied, and there's like a huge, what you call it, like a shearing bullet mark left on the side of my head. As you can see, it was not a very friendly investigation. After that shot, I believed I blacked out, and here I am now.
Is it true that you had adverse feelings towards the goblin known as Scribbler? And a bit of a history?
Define history.
Well, previous testimonies admit that several tasks had been undertaken in a bit of a rivalry between yourself and Scribbler for one Phineas.
We had met Scribbler the day before to conduct what any investigationary team would do, how to approach this warehouse situation. But other than that, I have no recollection of ever meeting Scribbler before or interacting with him before.
So you do not believe he was a rival of yours?
Within the employment of this specific case, there were financial incentives for one or the other, where we would have to share our payment. But other than that, I don't think the word rivalry fits that description.
So would it be fair to say the removal of Scribbler from the picture would have created a higher profit for you and your party to share?
One could conduct that. Sure.
I present to you the motivation. A gavel crashes. A walking away. Heavy steps before recognizable deep breathing stands behind you. And you feel the recognizable firm grip of Phineas on your shoulder. And he just says, "Look what they did to my beautiful boy. I'm sorry. I was too slow." But for everyone here, you can all see the permanent effects that Dracus left upon one of my kin in an attempt to make off. This dwarf here is one of the 4 heroes who, if you would listen to the prosecutor's case, would have you mispainted and unduly described as villains when really they were doing their best. At my request, on behalf of the COG, to investigate an individual clearly capable of such, and he points to your face, barbaric actions. This dwarf will now bear this mark for the rest of his life. The only decency we can offer them is to believe them for their innocence. Torbrun, would you mind telling everybody here how Phineas employed you, the time and date, so we can set the record?
Let's get the calendar straight. The events of the warehouse, they were on the Tuesday, correct?
Yep.
We were employed on, I believe it was the Monday, which was also the same day that we reconvened with, where we were introduced to Scribbler and discussed our options for payment division, and where we discussed how we would approach the situation. That all happened on the Monday. I think it was the afternoon. My head's still not straight. Lost half my brain.
So would it be fair to say it would be pretty hard to have come up with and conceived with a very technical plan that the prosecution would attempt to have everybody believe that this was an attempted way of getting the council member here, he points into the darkness, for the murder of his brother and kin. And instead this was actually just a series of unfortunate events that went horribly wrong.
we're talking about Scribbler, I presume.
Yes.
My condolences for your brother, sir. Scribbler was a invaluable asset to our investigation. He helped us to comb through the building and to help us proceed where we would otherwise not be able to. Unfortunately, on one of those occasions, he was immediately struck by the automaton I mentioned before. We were lucky
And where
to
is this
make it out
automaton
ourselves.
now?
As I said, we were luckily able to get rid of the automaton, after which we sort of struggled to continue our investigation before trying to leave. Whatever remains of the automaton, I cannot say.
For everybody here, bear witness, the automaton will be entered into evidence as evidence lot 10 later down the line. Thank you, Torben. Please take a seat. And last but not least, a ringing in your ears stops, Ariel. After losing consciousness, what form do you think you would default to visually for your appearance? As the spotlight illuminates you.
It's kind of a tricky question. Was she like hit very much? Like, I just want to know if it felt like a blow over the head and she fell asleep, or if it was something a little bit more prolonged and more serious. Because if it was more prolonged and more serious, she would probably have reverted to her natural form.
You've basically been out for 12 hours and you were magically slept. So you took no
If
damage.
it's regular sleep, she would have continued the shame that she had, that
Okay.
the others are familiar with. Even with magical sleep, it's still sleep. Of course.
Okay.
Okay, so she's still the beautiful blonde elven maiden, Venarial.
This passerby at the warehouse who's been wrapped up in this investigation, please, would you mind giving your series of events and how you regale them being unfolding at the time in question at Warehouse 6 last night?
Well, do I see the others in this room, or is it just me?
Do you have dark vision?
No, I don't.
No. So from your perspective, there's just a light shining down on you, and you get the presence that there's several bodies in this room, several people or entities, but there's only one talking at the moment.
Okay. Well, what do you know already? I would like, if possible.
You are currently under investigation and here before the court of the cog for investigations of arson, breaking and entering, murder, and the disappearance of one Drakis. Please, could you
Yes.
explain what you recall
Well,
from Warehouse 6?
I am part of a small group, a small adventuring group, and we were looking for work. We like one of my party knew someone in the city, and the deal was to explore, investigate, let's say, warehouse 6. You said, I don't really remember. It was a warehouse in any case. We were supposed to just sneak inside, see what's there, and then leave. And that's roughly what we did. We had a goblin with us. His name was Scribbler. Uh, he kind of escalated this very kind of simple request to something a lot more crime filled. I would say. He killed the guardsman. That's how we met him that night. There was a pool of blood all over. And then he proceeded to unlock doors that were locked, plus silence alarms that would have been triggered. And eventually he met his end. Like, at first, when I saw all that blood, I wanted to heal him. I'm a healer. I wanted to heal him, but unfortunately his head had been clean taken off by this automaton that we then ended up fighting. It was like a defense automaton, I don't know, a defense construct. And it was uh essentially what my party did was just to take advantage of the path that Scribbler had laid out for us so we could explore the warehouse. Um and We also found some weird things inside the warehouse. I don't know if the exact contents of the warehouse are a subject for this trial or not, but we did find weird things. And then we left. We didn't set any ships on fire, though. We just saw that at the end.
The party proclaims that it has 2 healers, and that Scribbler died almost instantly and was beyond your medical care.
Yeah, it was the
Very
captain.
convenient, that, isn't it?
Yeah, no amount of healing is going to get you out of a decapitation. Not without the proper resurrection.
Silence from the room.
At least
Any
get
voice
somebody with who knows proper battlefield healing procedures.
You will be held in contempt
those
if you
are
do
rough.
not silence.
I am held in contempt. And he
You
struggles
recognize
against
the voice of Salothai in the crowd area.
There was like, shocked. How dare he?
And what of this Dracus? When was the last time you saw him?
I'm just not entirely sure who that is.
I see.
Was it the? I just I don't.
To the
don't
player,
know.
that's the fish that you were warned about.
Yeah.
The one who allegedly owned Warehouse 6.
Okay. I didn't write down anything about that, and I think it makes sense for her to have just forgotten about it. So,
That's fine.
we can say that it's a persuasion check if you want. But
The rolls will be coming once we finish this.
okay, sure.
Don't worry.
Hmm.
I'm just giving you the opportunity. If so far 3 of you, if by account, have all pled persuasion, as none of you have gone down deception. So it's just simply a case of if you wish to continue the trend.
Yeah.
I have a question. Another voice who none of you have heard speak so far. And out of the darkness, a voice says, how does such a fine individual of elegant aristocracy find their way into a troop of miscreants and ruffians of those of the likes of,
Oh, speak for
those of which
yourself.
we see today?
We have someone from the Iron Dominion. We have someone. We have a trained chef. It's nothing that bad. I don't consider myself above being with these people. I am not of noble blood, truly.
One of the one of the Aloran aristocracy stands before you all, and she professes to not be of noble blood. There is more than meets the eye with this one, evidently.
It really is. She didn't even know her parents. She's just like, I don't know.
Does anyone have any further questions? There's a general murmur, and you can hear some grinding of gears and rummaging of heavy metal on slate as chairs are pushed back. People stand, and the light disappears off you as you feel a hand on your shoulder, Ariel. As you turn, it's Phineas, who is guiding you back to a row of benches to which you can see, sat in order, is Voldreth, Silotha, then Torbran, and room on the end for yourself. In this room, you can all see now that it is circular, a large dome. And you've been previously all sat in a chair that was held in the middle of a row of desks, creating a cogwheel with an exit at the bottom. You can see sat around are 6 chairs equally spaced around this ring, creating the cog. You recognize, after he escorts Ariel to her seat, Phineas sits down at what would be the probably southern head of the table, before a large gavel sounds. I would like the 4 of you to roll persuasion or deception to see how your stories have been perceived. So that's a 19 for Zalothar, a natural 20 from Ariel for a 28, a 16 from Voldreth, and a 16 from Torbran. Okay, well, this was a high DC. However, with a natural 20 and nothing below a 16, you guys have smashed the DC.
Nice.
So, in unison, the scene unfolds as follows. A gavel bangs. An individual stands and states, "Not guilty." Another chair rises. Another verdict, "Not guilty." And this continues until you get to the second to last individual before Phineas. "Guilty," says the goblin. As Phineas stands, he says, "Naturally, I will abstain. However, that still leads the count as 4-1, not guilty." That concludes today's COG session. At this point, the lights come on, and you can see that at the back behind the wall is just a huge, completely lining the ring of this room, amount of armed guards with various weapons in what surprises you, but recognizable red regalia cloaks. You are then escorted out of this building, as Phineas says, quietly to you whilst you're leaving. "Make your way back to mine, if you wish. We'll catch up. I just have a bit of sway I need to complete and some paperwork to file. But I'll be there this evening. Rest well in the meantime, at my expense."
Obliged.
As you are leaving the building, you find yourselves. Torbran, you recognize yourself to be in the middle of Port Kiln, as this is effectively the large courthouse, known as the Cog Hall. You, sure enough, recall where you need to be directionally to head on over to Phineas's bar, tavern, escape, den of debauchery, however it may wish to be called. Should you choose, where does the group wish to go? As the sun is sort of high in the sky, as you all still now sort of coming to your senses and feeling like you've slept, but you got no rest whatsoever.
So, does anyone mind filling me in on just what exactly happened? Was this another one of those moments where stuff went down and I don't remember?
Well, you didn't take the 10,000 gold, and he pulled the trigger on opening it.
Oh, he's alive for somebody who got shot point blank.
Those military reflexes coming in handy every now and then. Though
I
I'm pretty
remember
sure this will leave a mark. Sure.
those kinds of mark look good. Not
Let's
sure what
hope so.
dwarf ladies are into, but back in the Dominion, we had this habit at one point of noblemen deliberately scarring their cheek or their brow.
Oh, to look more rugged.
Mm-hmm. And to pretend they've actually been on a battlefield.
The fancier the braid, the better the lass.
Yeah.
The longer the beard, the better the wench.
So it's a beard thing with you people. Of course it is. Why am I not surprised?
It surprised me a great deal to find that Phineas is on the COG Council. Did you know that about him?
Did he not mention that earlier?
No. That's an awful lot of power to wield for someone who would still send out spies to
The
I mean,
DM thinks he did, but I'm not sure
explore.
if I just gave it to you,
I'd assume
Torben.
it's precisely those people that hire spies and people to check up on their political rivals.
Yeah, it's trippy.
I mean, he did dress it up quite nicely. He did dress it up quite
Right.
nicely into looking after the city's interests.
Oh,
But
this Crescent lady mentioned Phineas being a member of the Cogwheel, though it's not something I really played into a lot when I hang out with Phineas a couple years earlier.
It wasn't here though, right?
Crescent was from the custom ship that intervened our ship with. What was the idiot called? The captain.
what
You
was
get
his
history
name?
roll if you want.
Sure. History 13.
13, Captain Howarth.
Howard, that was the idiot.
Jumping off a boat into the middle of the sea.
Ah.
I'm not sure whether I should feel sorry or not for him getting caught. But still,
It looked kind of funny.
Did we remember the same thing, right? I tried to slam the door in the fish's face, and then everything went white? That's it?
Yeah, I remember the 10,000 gold that we were trying to bargain off of him, and then I guess.
We're never gonna take. If you ever want to be employed again, never betray your employers, no matter how much they're going to pay for. I mean,
Well,
the only thing.
what's done's done.
The only thing. Well, good question though. What is done? Because I have no idea what just happened, what we were into. I don't like getting into stuff I don't properly understand. So.
Suffice it to say that we've been cleared of whatever accusations were against us for this particular thing. The question is, what do we do next?
It's probably
Let's
worth
talk.
going by Phineas.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's debrief our employer, I suppose. He's going to want to know about what we found.
Yeah.
And the crystals. Particularly the crystals. Those were a whole lot of them.
The one judge that pled us guilty, or that judged us guilty, was that
the goblin.
Was that the twin brother from Scribbler?
Yeah, that was the goblin's brother. I'm not going to be surprised if we have a price on our head already. So, mind your step.
I was thinking about that. Is there something we could do to lift that?
I mean, he's a goblin, he might kill us just because, out of spite, because we lived and his brother didn't. The hell.
Fair.
You know, I particularly it particularly baffles me when people think getting half your crew killed for higher pay is a viable tactic. Sure, I'm going to kill my own men so we don't get paid at all because we die.
Well, in any case, it doesn't seem like we're off on the best foot here. We essentially said that we're gonna come to Port Kiln and do some adventuring to raise some money and raise our skills a bit. This was terribly dangerous, which isn't really the problem. The problem is it wasn't all that lucrative, was it?
Well, let's hope Phineas keeps up his end of the bargain and pays us for what
Do
he
we
did.
still have the water skin of Residium that we took? I don't remember who had it.
Everything that you were carrying at the night has now been returned to you as you left the courthouse.
Okay. So we still have like a bit of the Residium.
You might want to see it.
Yeah.
I'll check the little wooden stick for any damage.
Do we really
I'm
want to
terribly worried.
introduce Phineas to Residium?
That's
No
my.
Make an
That's what I was
investigation
going to
check.
say. I'm terribly worried that if we show him, this is going to lead to him
investigation.
starting that mining operation. in the
Investigation for Valdreth, looking at the stick.
Oh, okay.
Feywild.
Paul?
Oh.
As good as new.
As good as new.
I've got my stick back and I've got this shiny one. You go in there for a bit. There we go.
Hmm. Still, if somebody else does have that amount of material in his city, it's in Port Kiln's best interests that he actually knows there's something highly volatile, highly explosive. He did hire us. We are representing his interests. And besides, the amount that was there, somebody's mining it already.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, where did it come from? Because there was an entire vat of it.
Dracus sure knew where he could find some.
Oh, Residium isn't only native to the Feywild. It's a magical substance. I'm sure alchemists can also produce it. In
Still,
smaller quantities, but
well, given that, if that's the case, I think we do more harm concealing it than we do good. And also, we were paid to do a thing, and we're going to see that thing through properly. But I don't like deceiving the people that pay me.
It's about this point the party finds themselves standing face to face with a very large looking ogre who is guarding the way to Phineas's abode. Looks down at you all. Well, I remember you. Where's Phineas?
Well, he'll be right after us soon enough. Or so he says.
Okay.
So, can we go in?
If Phineas said so.
He did say so.
Oh. Okay then.
oh my
Top-notch
God.
security. Top-notch
Exactly.
security.
He steps aside and lets you in.
Oh.
As you go on the inside, the same busy, lively tavern that you were in not 2 nights ago is completely empty, with the exception of one individual behind the bar. And as you step foot, he immediately reaches and pulls out a blunderbuss and
Oh
says,
my
"Hey,
God.
How'd you get in here?
Big ogre at the door let us in.
He just sighs.
Also, Phineas
You know,
told
so
us
he's
to.
working with.
Phineas told us to stop by here after the debacle of whatever happened.
Oh, it's you four, as the rest of you come in. He says, ah. Wow.
So mind telling
Survived the
us.
noose, did you?
Well, for now.
Mm. Well, someone had to keep watching shop, but looks like I've got first dibs of the news, it seems.
So what happened
I should have
exactly? I'm still very confused as to what exactly we got ourselves into.
Oh, let's just say there's a little bit of a gambling ring as to how many gold coins are believed on your heads rolling this evening down at the docks on a couple of ship sails, but I reckon I'm 5 gold out of pocket. Oh well. Well, you can make it up to me and spend some gold at the tavern. What can I get you?
Sorry to
Put
disappoint, I
like
suppose.
behind the best.
I don't know. Just give me something that isn't conjured. Anything you've got works for me, even if it's porridge.
Alcoholic or something stronger?
Don't get drunk anyway, so might as well. Give me the strongest you've got.
Strongest. All right, that'll set you back about 3 gold.
Oh well.
I believe Phineas is paying.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Persuasion. 10.
With advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Says, I'll believe that when I hear it.
Here's the gold, I suppose.
He grabs you a bottle from underneath the counter that's not on display. It's a very tall looking slender neck black glass bottle. And you can see on the design, it says something old. He looks down at you and says, well, looks up to you actually, sorry, because this is a little bit of a shorter height gap in the dwarf of this tavern. As he looks to you and says, never really fancied this kind of stuff myself, but you look like you're from here. Here you go. And he hands you a bottle as the DM is trying to find the item he made. Is it? Apologies. Talk amongst yourselves.
And don't worry about it.
Oh no. I knew I had it here somewhere. It's there. There we go. It's a Blackstone brew. This bottle looks old. It says this is a fine vintage. It's got so old everyone's forgotten its importance, so it's really hard to sell. But hope you enjoy.
Blackstone brew, huh? Gonna have a glass?
Sure, he puts a pint glass in front of you.
And I
And
pour
what can I
myself
get the rest of
some.
you?
Oh, I'll take a pint of that.
I'm going to pour Voldrit some as well.
Okay. Torburn?
Do you have something like a brisket to, Darren's got a cog and brisket. Anything to keep that name to value?
It's a little bit early to be serving fresh meats, but I could get you something for this evening.
Ooh, I would love to. In the meantime, I'll just have. You know what? I'll join with Lothar. I could use some sedatives for this wound.
And for the lady?
Some lilac tea with coconut oil.
With coconut oil.
Yes.
He looks like he make an insight check for me.
Okay. Just a second. Inside. 8.
With an 8, he looks like he completely understood your request and is going to go and put the kettle on for
Delightful.
you. And so, bit of time passes. Your tea comes, and it's more of a jasmine tea with a little bit of cream poured into the side of it. But he attempts to make do as the rest of you sit down on the ground floor, or are you going to go up to where you saw Phineas on the second floor talk and sit last time you were here?
I suggest we wait for him by his usual spot, make sure he sees us.
Agreed.
How does the beverage taste, by the way?
You can, the three of you can make Constitution saving throws for me.
Oh,
DC is 12.
Rip. Rip.
oh yeah, I'm hammered.
That's 2 7s and a 22. Plus, the human enjoys the human beverage. This is like a very fine malt, but this is far too sweet for dwarven tongue.
This is would he recognize it as something he would indulge in back home?
Yeah.
This is the minion stuff. How the hell did you get it?
Well, Phineas has his way with imports and excise.
This is good. Do you have any
Fortunately,
other?
access to a lot of things?
Do you have Do you have any more of this back there?
I think we have a crate
more of
somewhere.
this. Oh God! Oh, have you got any ale? I need someone to wash this sweet beverage down. God, it's like grape juice.
Do you another one for you as well, sir? It looks to Torbran.
Absolutely not. If I wanted honey, I would have said
He mean-
so.
He means ale. You get the
Oh,
impression.
come on, it's not that sweet. It's not that sweet, Torbran. It's just a little bit honeyed.
Do you always add ale to your honey? We generally add a little bit of honey to our ale.
2 dwarven stouts land in front of you, and you much prefer the taste of these as they hit
That's
home.
more like it.
Taste of
You
it.
know, yeah, I understand the fondness for alcohol, but don't you actually want it to taste like something?
No, I wanted
They
to
don't
get
hear you over the bottom of their
I wanted to get blacked out to get the pain of this wouldn't go away as I emptied the dwarven stout in one go.
Yeah, but I understand that, but wouldn't you rather have it, taste like something? Anything?
This tastes like home.
As you finish, you watch as the bartender waves his hand in your direction. Both the tankards fill again. And give me 1 second.
Oh, more. Oh, this guy knows what he's doing. Wait a minute. It's not conjured, is it?
Doesn't taste like it.
So, depending on what Phineas tells us, what's our next move from here? Do we look for more jobs, or do we head out for New Eartha? Check out on your dwarven friends.
Well, we have some unfinished business here that we may or may not want to follow up on. One is I still owe this lady at the workshop where I got this lens thing.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna have to
sort of like
I'm gonna have to sweet talk Phineas into dropping her debt a little, possibly. Might be able to leverage this wound I got as payment. And it's Wednesday today. On the Thursday, we were supposed to meet this crescent, though I'm not sure where our current situation puts us in that regard. Because this crescent lady was very much against this whole cog thing that Phineas is part of, and she supposedly, or might have been in water with Drekkas, I'm not sure. Thin Ice, not sure if we should go there, but it might be worth a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
Sorry, did you all say you went upstairs to sit at the table where Phineas was previously?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you've been saying this as you've been ascending. As you sit down at the table, I'd like you all to add a mark of sanity to your character sheets, please. Because as you sit
Alright.
down, the center of the table, a small circular lid protrudes up. As you can see, like a dinner service. Large plate covered over in a large metal serving dome sits.
Hmm. This is extravagant.
I mean, he is part. He's the leader of the cog or part of the. Honestly, I can't keep track of this guy.
He might want to do something about it activating whenever everybody else sits. But then again, he might actually want to do something about the ogre who also lets everybody else in.
After a moment, it finishes, rotates, and the lid is slowly lifted by a claw that comes down from the ceiling and lifts off the container. To which you all take that point of sanity as you see the head of Drakis Darktide on the plate before you.
Well, would you look at that?
That.
So the little doofus didn't get away after all.
Hell of a way to deal with his political rivals, but also, if anyone's watching. Wait. Wait. This is Phineas's table, right?
I would assume so, yes.
We weren't meant to see this, he was. So, it wasn't Phineas that got him. Somebody else did. And wanted Phineas to know.
Or he put it here as a trophy.
Yeah, so it can just bounce up in the middle of the tavern. Hell of a trophy. Good for patrons, I suppose.
Tolbun, with your passive perception
Mhm.
and your familiarity with food, you immediately detect a very strange, pungent odor coming from this head.
I will take a good sniff at it and see if I can recognize the smell.
Constitution saving throw, please.
21.
21. The good news is you're not poisoned, but with your culinary instincts, you immediately recognize that this is releasing a poisonous fumes.
Does the head look like an actual head, or does it look in
Yep,
any way fabricated?
You can make an investigation check if you want to, but you're going to have to start taking damage if you wish to stay here.
No, I'd rather not touch it. All right.
Okay. It looks very much for you. The last time you saw this was just before the flashbang, as it had a wicked smile on its face as it pulled the trigger at you.
This hat's poisoned.
That's
Right in
fine.
front of my food.
Could you all make Constitution saving throws, please, unless you're moving? DC is 16.
Yes,
So
consistent.
7 from Salothar, 7 from Voldreth, 13 from Ariel. The 3 of you take 3 points of poison damage. I assume you begin to move away, or do you wish to stay?
What happened to the lid?
It's just held by a claw in the ceiling.
Can I take it out of the claw without?
Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
I will grab the lid and I will put the lid on.
Okay. I'll need you to make one more Constitution saving throw as you're doing this interaction then.
Sure. 4. I'll take
Four.
3 damage.
You take 3 points. 3 points. Are any of you immune to poison or resistant to poison?
Dwarf should be.
What does I think?
Yes, I am. So that would be 1
Oh,
damage,
1
then.
damage from both.
Same for Voldred, yeah.
As you can hear, as you put that lid on, like this little high-pitched coming from the head itself.
That's a strange poison. I wonder if this was intended for Phineas then. Wasn't it mentioned in the trial that Dracus escaped, or?
Are you asking the DM or the players?
The players. Because if he did escape, then that would mean that someone did end up catching him, and that the person who did catch him doesn't. What if it was Crescent? She's got access to a flying custom ship who also wants to get rid of Phineas. Or is this my bullet hole thinking?
I mean, you were supposed to go on a date with her.
Well, yeah, but I also don't think she was aware that we were employed by Phineas for this task.
You're muted, Salotha.
She looked like a pretty straight-laced law person. I don't think she'd. If there's any place she'd display a severed head, it would be at the city gates. No, I don't think he left there. I think whatever happened with the Flash, somebody killed him.
I will get up
Took
and
the
walk
body,
down
left
to
it
the
there.
barkeep. I will ask the bartender. Has anyone else been in here, especially up on that table, since yesterday evening?
Barkeep is nowhere to be found.
Oh. Is there like a bell thing?
Yep.
Click, 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 click.
Leave it a moment. No response. No response.
I will look up at Lothar, and I will just sort of nod them to get down here.
What have you seen? Where's the barkeep?
I don't like the look of this. Is there anyone else in the room at the moment?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation 2.
Nope. No one that you can see.
It's too quiet in here. At this time of day, you would generally at least tend to see a goblin or two, or a dwarf or gnome or two.
How much do you trust Phineas?
Well, I'll have to concede that it much.
And do you have a price?
What do you mean a price?
Is there a point at which, even if you are close friends, he'd consider having you killed? And what would that price be? What would the value on a friend's death be for him?
Honestly, I wonder if at this point in time, Residium might be reason enough for him. Then again, I have known Phineas my entire life. Heck, I learned to craft guns partly because of Phineas.
I know, you guys look close. That's why I'm asking. Hmm.
I will slowly walk towards the kitchen entrance.
Okay. As you go in, the door is closed. It looks like a push to.
I'm going to go towards the exit and see whether the ogre's there.
Yoga, you can see the tall silhouette standing, blocking the door through the glass.
Is there a keyhole in the kitchen door?
Not to your, not that you can see. Looks like just a push door.
With one
It
hand,
doesn't look like it can be locked.
I would just slowly push it open and peer inside
Make a
the room.
perception check.
Perception 10.
You can see that there is a brisket currently set out in the middle of the workspace in this room. You can see a very clean, well-kept kitchen. Lots of sharp knives, butcher's cleavers, cooking utensils, pots and pans. You can see a stove lit and something slowly bubbling on the plan. And then the dwarf with his back to you, hunched over the middle unit.
Hello.
No reply.
More firm. Hello?
No reply.
Oh my
Any signs of violence or...
Do you walk on over to get a closer look?
Not yet. From peering through the door, is there anything out of the ordinary that I can see on the
No,
person?
just this guy's got his back to you, hunched over the middle unit, not moving.
I will toss out Pebble.
Okay, where do you throw him?
I will place him quietly just at my feet as I enchant him and instruct him to sort of walk around the corners that I can't see.
Okay. He waddles into the room. You have no sight through him, do you? You also have no telepathic communication with him.
No, I don't
He's
think I do.
he's his own separate entity
Yeah.
that somehow can communicate to you when you're like interacting with each other. He scampers around the corner of the room, climbs up into the table unit, and just, if a pebble could do the scream impression with his arms, but looking down, seeing the face of this dwarf that has his back to you, he would.
This is not looking good. I will ready my gun with the shotgun
Okay.
blast, and I will
Sword drawn.
ready an attack, and I will kick open the door, knowing full well it's a push door. So I will stay outside. I will kick it just to get a clear view of the room.
Immediately closes again.
Can
With
I
the
go see what the
vibration,
racket's about?
you can.
What room is this in, by the way? This is in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah, this is downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay.
I've assumed that you guys are still sort of upstairs, but you're not in range to take damage from the trap, and you're just
Yeah.
around upstairs, but in earshot of Torbrun and within 30 feet of movement of him. As you kick the door open, the dwarf falls to the floor with the vibration of the door slamming against the wall to the right. And you can just see a large meat cleaver sticking out the forehead of this dwarf as he rolls over onto the side, blood painting the entire side of the workspace that he was leant over and dripping down and now lining the floor as the blood begins to pool.
I will enter the room, checking the corners as I enter, with my
Okay.
gun drawn.
Well, as you enter into the room, you're immediately butt onto the right-hand wall, so you search left first.
Sure.
I need you to roll initiative for me to see who reacts first.
Initiative. And that's 20, 24 total.
And that 20. Okay. The assassin did not roll a natural 20, but he had a 26.
God.
So, Torbrun, as you kick the door in and lunge in with the rifle pointed to the left, it's clear. And then there's this movement you realize above you, and you see scrambled with arms outstretched a figure in red and black attire, leather, a blade in their mouth, and their arms outstretched to keep them suspended above the doorway in the corner of the room. A 3 or 4 foot tall individual. You get to act first.
How far away is he roughly?
Within 10 feet.
I will pepper him with the shotgun blast from Avalanche.
Okay, make your attack roll then.
So this was a DC. I'm gonna have to double check how. This is the first time I'm actually shooting this thing. Right. So 0 to 5 feet, he has disadvantage on the save. Otherwise, it's and 5 to 15. It's a normal save against a DC 15. Does this work? Or oh, it also
Okay.
did the damage. So it's a DC 15 dex save for 23 piercing damage.
So this guy has a plus 15 to his dex save. However, because he's currently pinned in the corner, I'm gonna say he has to roll at disadvantage. And you've got the drop on him. He rolled a 3 with a plus 15. So that's an 18. What's your DC?
15.
Even though you shoot first, he sees you brandish your gun and he immediately drops from his position, landing on the floor in a 3-point landing. in response to dodging out of the way of your shot.
Yeah, but he still takes half damage.
He still takes the damage. Yep. Well, hang on.
11.
Let me just double check evasion.
Ah, fair enough.
I think he takes no damage because he succeeded the check.
Guess.
Uh,
Yep.
Yep. Instead, you take no damage. Okay. So unfortunately, he drops as you pepper the entire ceiling, bullet holes everywhere. If he hadn't moved, you knew he would be in a million different pieces right now. The rest of you hear avalanche go off
I was right behind Torbjorn when this happened.
as Sir Lothar has already gotten down the stairs. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh God, it's going on down there. Come on, let's go.
Roll initiative for me, please, everybody.
Yeah.
I wonder if the ogre is gonna react. What is going on there?
Keep it down, I'm trying to watch the place.
Right, so we've got Torbjorn, got Assassin, got Baldreth, got Ariel, and we have Sir Lothar, as always, bringing up the rear. Okay, so Torbjorn, that was your surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
The Assassin, knocked prone by your attack, uses half his movement to stand up, and immediately lunges at you and makes 2 strikes with a dagger, one in his teeth, one he pulls out from behind him as he swings wildly at you. One for a 21 and one for a 17.
Both hit.
Both hit. Okay, I'd need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws
Can-
for me.
I use my reaction feat to rush in and take the blows instead.
Oh.
Can you see Torbjorn from where you are?
I was right behind him. He called me downstairs.
Sure.
We noticed the barb
Yeah.
keep wasn't there.
Sure. Okay, but the question is, can you see the attack? Because Torbjorn is in the doorway looking to his left, and the assassin is not visible to you.
Fair.
I'm going to say no in this scenario, but I do want you to get to use that feat because it was what we designed your character around. So I believe in there it should say if you can see the attack coming, you can preemptively intercept it. But here you can't see the attack coming. You've just seen Torbjorn just do some interior decorating with his shotgun. That's basically all you've seen. Oh, hello,
What feat
Mr. Cat.
is this, by the way?
It's a homebrew one that we did where he can
It's
use his reaction to take a strike from somebody else.
Yeah, it's
Essentially, a feat
It's
that
in range of
helps
him.
Concept.
it's
that helps
intercept
the
with the
heavily-
longsword, right?
armored knight actually,
Be
be
a tank.
heavily armored. Yeah, be a tank. Instead of,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not mind that guy over there and focus on this really squishy wizard in the back over here, thank you.
So 2
Mhm.
Constitution saving those, please, Voldreth. Not Voldreth, Torbjorn.
20 and 14.
20 and 14, 1 success, 1 fail. You take 3 points of poison damage.
Is that
um,
before resistance?
The second one failed, the DC's 15, but you succeeded on the first one. So 3 points reduced to 1
Mm-hmm.
on the poison. But you take 8 points of slashing, followed by 6 points of slashing
That is
from the dagger
13.
strikes.
I am down to 7 HP, assuming we didn't heal
Oh.
between the court thing.
There's been no heal yet. You have had a short rest with what you've been here, if you wish to
We could have
activate
spent
anything
hit
for
dice.
doing so. So I will say you can spend the hit dice you think you would have in that time, because you have had ample time here before this occurred.
I will do 1 hit dice to keep it conservative. What is my hit dice?
But the assassin now
5d
is
damage.
in front of Torbjorn, laying into him with some blades, so Lothar, that you can now see.
Okay.
Next up, we have Voldreth, you are currently upstairs within 30 feet of the engagement zone.
I'm gonna just jump down the stairs.
Okay. You jump on over, it's only single flight. You land 30 feet. The doorway in front of you is Solothar and Torbrun with what you realize to be a goblin-shaped assassin
Shit.
in dark leather and red.
Uh,
Dark, black and red leather. There we go. got the words out.
is it the guy from the trial?
Their face is covered by a mask.
Well, I have no mana. So can I aim a spell through my allies here?
You can. Make your,
Eldritch Blast, let's go.
make your attack rolls. 21 hits.
It finally
Roll
hits.
damage. 10 points of force damage. Fantastic. All right then. So as the
You're
that's
level
all I can
5.
do.
You should be rolling 2 of those.
I only have level 1 in Warlock.
It doesn't matter. It's a cantrip. It depends on class level, not character level. On character level, not class level. Vice versa. Read it.
Oh, does it? Oh. I just clicked the button and it says do the thing. Oh, that's true. Oh, I roll that twice
All
then.
cantrips
Okay.
are like this.
I did not
They
know
all
that.
level up at level
Now I
5.
learn.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
another
that's
8
a high roll.
points.
You need to roll the attack again too, though. That's the downside.
Oh,
of the
okay.
Eldritch
Okay.
Blast.
Okay.
You do 2 attacks and two
Yep.
force.
Does that one miss?
13 unfortunately misses.
That's fine. I hit one.
But a
Finally.
max damage roll on your damage is still pretty good. 10 points
Yeah.
of force. Do you have anything that does a knockback, or have you not taken that feat?
I believe that's level 2 Warlock. You mean the
Yeah.
invocations,
Yeah,
right?
I see. Yeah. The invocations. Yeah. Okay, no worries. So as the Eldritch Blast lands, connects, you just hear this scream from this goblin behind the mask as it catches him clean in the chest as he doubles over. That's your sort of movement, your action. Anything else?
That's literally all I can do.
Okay, Ariel, you're up.
I imagine that I'm pretty far away from this commotion, so I think I'm just gonna have to dash to get close to
You're
Thea
within
and
30 feet if you want to get there, so within a movement
Okay,
range.
sure. 30 feet then, and when I see the creature, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay,
DC 16 Wisdom save.
a wisdom save. Okay. Oh, he's not good at that. He's got a -1. That's an 11. So he's already taken damage. So
He's
does that mean
taking the second
15?
damage, 15 necrotic.
15 necrotic. Okay. 25 points of damage on the sheet. All right then. So top of the round, Torbrun. Nope. Bottom of the round, Salothar. Not to be missed off.
Okay, I'm going to. Can I pass through Torbrun's square? Question.
Yeah,
Yes.
as long as you don't end up there.
So
You can
thematically,
stand in front of him over him, basically.
even though he attacks with the longsword, he's going to rush in with the upper corner of his shield and try to bash the assassin with one attack.
Mm-hmm.
Or a
Make your attack roll.
23.
That hits.
Okay, it's a 9, and he's also going to use a smite for it.
Okay. 14 points of damage total. Okay.
And then he's going to. No, disregard that.
Was that just another attack roll for 18?
Yeah, that was just okay. Yeah, it was an attack roll. So
Yeah,
he's going to
yeah,
immediately follow up.
18 hits, and
Mhm.
the other damage therefore is 6
6.
more damage. Okay,
Yeah, there we go.
fantastic. Another 20 points of damage. You have plenty of movement left and a reaction, I believe, still. Not a reaction, a bonus action.
Mm. No, I'm going to use nothing for now.
Okie dokie.
Do all
Top of the round.
paladins have 1d8 extra versus fiend and undeads when they smite?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
It's a standard divine smite feature.
I could deal even more damage with my paladin. Good to know. He's already
More
broken as fuck.
D6s.
More d8s.
The question: who rolls more d8s, acid breath or the paladin who unloads his smite inventory?
Yeah.
Right, Torbren. It's up to you. So Lothar is now in front of you, between you and the goblin.
Okay.
You could shoot around him, but I'm not having your players body block your attacks.
Yeah, no, I'm just. Does that mean I would be in attack of opportunity range for him?
If you choose to move, yes.
Okay. You know what? I'll just shoot him with avalanche. I'm done with this nerd.
Point blank. Make your attack roll. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not using the DC one this time because, ironically, the shotgun is less effective here. 14.
14 misses, unfortunately, as he just bends over backwards Neo style as you just decide to pepper the full back end of this kitchen. And there goes all the plates and crockery that were stacked on the side, just explode with your ammunition.
I will shoot again. 28.
28. Nah, that misses. No, I'm joking. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage. That is 15 bludgeoning damage, and I will use my attack, my subclass feat. Where is it? I will try to make him. Do I want to push it? No, I will. I will just recoil 5 feet away. I will use the recoil of my gun to move 5 feet without triggering opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And
so you back out of there. All right then.
Yeah. I will stay in the room.
Yep.
How far away from the door are we? Can I move 5
You're
feet to...
sort of in the doorway at the minute. I'm
Okay.
picturing that you guys are sort of like in this line that we've got on the screen with the target in front of Salothar.
Right, okay. I will move back to the back. I'll just move to the left. I will stay in the room. I will just distance myself.
You're staying in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to block the rest.
All right. Sure.
And that concludes my turn.
At the end of your turn?
Yeah.
As that last shell connects into his chest, you just hear this whimper of a voice that just says, "It wasn't supposed to be you. It wasn't supposed to be you." And he drops dead in front of you.
How dead?
Non-responsive.
I'm going to walk up to it and just touch and spare the dying.
But spare the dying.
Oh my God, exactly.
Okay, so I would say, so interesting. He's no longer making death saving throws.
Sir Lothar would immediately move and, pull out a length of rope and tie him up.
Okay.
So, judging by his last words, unless he's getting paid extra to die and make us think we weren't the target, don't think we were the target.
At this point, barging through the exterior door that is on the other side of this kitchen, you see the doors kick in, and as you realize, it dawns on you that this is a a large exit door about 12 feet in height, though you now understand its purpose. As the ogre comes charging in, wielding a large club, and goes, "Which are the noise of us?"
Stand down, and Sir Lothar is going to drag the assassin a little bit out of reach.
Whoa! Which of this is you? Points to the
Not-
goblin.
Not the dwarf.
Which of you let him in?
Not us.
Who killed this one? Points to the dwarf.
Could you please go get Phineas?
I'm not going anywhere till you tell me who killed the chef.
The goblin
Not
did.
us.
Oh,
Who was manning the doors, eh?
make a persuasion roll. It's not a particularly high DC.
Oh.
On an
Aw.
8. Who wants to give him advantage?
Lothar is. Yeah, don't you have a job to do?
Oh, I rolled an 8 anyway as advantage.
Well, I'll let someone else roll then as a secondary roll to offset. It makes the combined DC 20.
Okay, there we go.
There we
And
go.
with the 24. Like, oh, I should protect the door, make sure no more come in.
Exactly.
You've got
That's
this
a
under
good
control.
When it's all over, get yourself a pint from the barkeep. Not that one.
Could you
Not the
ask
chef.
when he's gonna have the food ready? And then he just leaves.
I am
Oh.
going to also go. Once the assassin is immediately restrained, I'm going to go check on the cook, see if he can still be saved.
You make a medicine check on the dwarf who has a meat cleaver sticking out of his forehead and a large blood vial on the floor around him.
It's a dwarf. Way to waste my not 20.
Natural 20. Okay.
He did.
He dead. Looks like he died of natural causes. Of meat cleaver to forehead. Though you would recognize that there is a huge amount of poison on the meat cleaver.
Great.
Torbran, make 2 more Constitution saving throws for me, please, because the poison did linger.
That's 2 damage.
Okay.
Assuming
Would I
it's 3
notice?
damage again.
Yes, it's 3 damage per tick.
Would
Basically,
Would I notice anything about him being poisoned?
Torbran is sort of like still not feeling very good and is still like starting to get a little bit of a light head.
I'm on 7
As
HP.
he is every 6 seconds taking
I
more
am
speed
going
damage.
I am going to put 2 and 2 together and going to go touch his shoulder with a glowing hand and use 5 points of my lay on hands to burn the poison out.
And the
Nice.
poison is removed.
I should take some rest.
Next time, speak up when you get hit by poison stuff.
Avalanche speaks loud enough.
Yeah, well, prevention is the better part of medicine. Or so I'm told by people with actual medical training, which I don't need.
Hey, you hear that, chef? Prevention is the best course to not die.
I just picturing Poljeff just putting his hand on the handle and just moving the head and be like,
That's what he do.
wow. Goodness me.
Well,
I
he's
was
going to
Mhm.
pull up the assassin and have a good look at him.
He's unconscious. You can see he's in tight-fitted leather armor that is tanned black with red highlights in certain areas. You can see a strange-looking emblem on the lapel and various other parts of the armor, sort of individually.
What does the emblem look like?
The emblem is 2 daggers crossed over each other, sort of like in an X. One blade is red highlighted, the other is just black highlighted.
A whole bunch of stuff to ask Phineas about.
You can all make a history roll if you want to. Yeah, this wouldn't be religion. This would just be history. Torbran, you get advantage on this.
History.
So we've got 11 for Voldreth, 11 for Silothar, 17 for Torbran, and 8. Torbran, you remember seeing this icon? This is the icon of the gang of the Twin Fangs. But with that 17, you can't recall much more at the minute. But you can identify it as the Twin Fangs.
I think I've seen that before somewhere. I believe it's the Twin Fangs, though. I don't really know much more than the name and the symbol.
Pretty much every organization has a name. Let's hope Phineas knows who he
Yes.
pissed off.
I would just sort of stumble to the wall and just hit my back on the wall, and I slide down to a sitting position as I create some sweet rock salts, and I would just munch them all down to heal
I'm going
for
to
10
sit the
HP.
assassin. I'm going to sit the assassin, now properly tied up, I hope, onto a
Okay.
chair and keep a close eye on him. You know, he's
Are
going
you
to.
keeping this all going on in the kitchen still?
No, I pulled him into the main inn room.
Okay. Into the main part of the tavern.
So Phineas is taking his time.
Wasn't there a brisket
Yeah.
in the kitchen?
Yeah. One that had been taken out of the freezer and was slowly thawing.
Is there a fireplace in the normal area of the tavern?
There is. There's also a huge cooking stove and
Yeah,
proper kitchen
that's
back
for
where you
boring.
want if you wanted to.
That's
use
for
it.
boring
Yeah, but
people.
in a
I'll
poison-filled room.
I will I'll grab my pan, put it on the fireplace, and I'll just find some
You make
oil
a
or
campfire
liquid.
at the tavern.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
It would be so cool if you could use lay on hands in the air to clear a room of poisonous gases.
I lay on hands.
Yeah.
Air freshener. Febreze hands.
Yeah.
Could you imbue water with your lay on hands and then sort of spritz that through the room?
Yeah, well, that's holy water, isn't it? Fantastic. Oh, so, is there anything else you do? Because you have about half an hour before the complete hour is up and Phineas probably rejoins you.
I will make that brisket as good as I can with how fucked up I'm feeling.
Okay. Well, if you want to slow cook this brisket, this thing's going to be like the rest of the evening. Or are you trying to rush this through?
I am not in a rush because I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon.
So, the wonderful aromatic smells of brisket and anything else you
Death.
wish to pull out this fully stocked kitchen and pantry that you now have access to, each time striding over the corpse of the dead chef in the kitchen.
Potatoes, leek, oils,
You find them.
herbs, spices, and
You find it all.
I'll make a nice warm stew over the course of the evening.
Wonderful. After about an hour, Phineas returns, and The first you hear of it is a bit of a commotion outside. Before you hear simultaneously the breaking of windows, the kicking down of doors, the synchronized yelling and shouting of about 24 armed individuals storming in the tavern from now broken windows, the side door, the kitchen, the front door. The ogre comes through the kitchen again before eventually you are surrounded by the henchman of Phineas, who slowly walks through the front door after an all clear is shouted. Phineas, looking rather glum, looks to you with his hands outstretched, looking for an explanation.
You've got an assassin infestation.
This the one? Points to the goblin in the chair.
This the one, still alive.
He killed my cook.
I'd rather we ask him questions before you dispose of him, though.
Did he kill my cook?
He sure did.
That's what I'd
Timmy?
wager.
Right arm. The ogre grabs the goblin,
Wait.
Big
yanks
fella.
out of the socket the right arm, clean
Oh
off.
my god.
I mean, it's a bit excessive considering you're the one that failed at your job.
I think you would probably deduce you might need to make another spare the dying on this goblin.
Yeah,
Keep him
that's
alive.
correct.
Keep
Okay.
him alive.
I'll touch him. Oh, I'm poking his leg.
They won't be needing those, says Phineas, as the ogre goes to reach for them.
No, wait.
He pauses.
Wait. If he's dead, you're not going to know who sent him after you, or why. At least give him a chance to say he doesn't want to answer your questions before you off him and throw him into the bay, or whatever it is you people do here. You've been at this for a while. You should know the value of intelligence.
You interrogating them.
Don't you want to know who sent him after you? Because he wasn't after us.
I'm listening.
So he's unconscious but dead, right? But dead, but unconscious but alive.
He's bleeding out, but stable. He's
Okay.
been stabilized twice now. So
And I'm going to put my hand on his head and pump, I don't know, 3 lay on hands hit points to get him.
You only
the
need
goblin
one.
comes to consciousness. Well, it's just as well you do 3, because the goblin comes to consciousness, begins to shake in place, immediately looks down to his right arm, realizes it's missing, lets out a scream, and faints.
Couple of slaps.
A terrified look in its beady red and yellow eyes look back at you.
Who was your target?
The eyes darting from you, Torbrun, Voldreth, before resting on Phineas. And back to you.
Who sent you?
Kill me.
We will, as soon as you tell us who sent you.
I won't tell you anything.
Look, I don't want to torture you,
I do. Left arm.
but I can
Reaches
use.
over. Left arm out of the socket.
No, I don't do this all day. I'm too old and too tired.
The goblin
Oh,
faints again.
Slap him again.
I assume another point of lay on hands to bring to consciousness.
Yeah.
I will look
He
up
comes
at
back
Fin.
to-
I will look up at Phineas. At this rate, you're gonna run out of limbs before he tells you anything.
He's got 2 more chances.
But you can start with the toes and the fingers.
How about we don't torture our captives? They never say anything. The more you torture them, they either say what you want to hear or they just shut down deeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so why were you sent? Why did whoever wanted Phineas dead want him dead?
Make an intimidation roll. This is probably the most important roll. Is anyone doing anything else to help?
Guidance.
I will spit on his face.
What does guidance? What does guidance do?
1d8, 1d8, 1d4 extra.
I will
Valdreth, you got anything?
look the goblin
Aw.
in his eyes like,
I'm ready to just spare the dying on him every time.
Okay.
I will grab
Valdreth.
the poison cleaver from the kitchen and I will just sort of start very faintly gliding it over the legs of the goblin.
You watch as it's creating cuts, but you get the impression the poison's taking no effect.
Hmm.
You can
Okay,
you
let
can
me-
still smell that the poison's present on the blade, but you probably observe it's probably taken some kind of either resistance or protection against it.
Look, as bad as it is, I'm pretty sure out of all this room, I'm your only actual hope at any sort of dignified treatment. So tell us what we want to know, and I'll guarantee you a quick death, or I'll walk out and leave these maniacs
Monsters.
to have their way with you.
I'm already dead.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather just go easily instead of having that thing pull everything out of your sockets?
Ogre, take my head. The ogre reaches down before Phineas says, "No! Don't listen to him, only me." The ogre stops, clearly confused. Looks back to Phineas, who says, "You want your brisket tonight, don't you?" The ogre sits back down.
I will just sort of like,
Might
my face will drop like, surely hoping it's not this brisket.
If you recall, you did ask for a brisket
I
to be
did,
taken out
yes.
earlier, so you get the
So-
impression it's probably for you, that one. Though the thought
So
does cross
again-
your mind, and the small little toot comes out as a concern. However, the goblin looks back to you all and says something in a dark tongue. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
I think I do. Yes, I do. Well, basic speech.
Okay. You hear murderers, cheats, liars. We all meet the same fate. Tricks to not get caught.
Lothar shakes his head at the goblin and just stands and turns around and walks away, leaving him with
That was
the
in
rest.
Undercommon, so you wouldn't have
Yeah.
understood any of it.
I know, but I'm pretty sure he gets the impression he doesn't want to answer him, and he doesn't want to be around for when the
Fair
torture
enough.
happens.
Okay. Phineas rips the mask off, and you can see that the goblin is smiling and he has a gold tooth. Phineas grabs the tooth and pulls it free. Looks at it as if he's eyeing a prospecting gem. Wipes away the blood. Puts it in a pocket. The goblin's still smiling. Spits out a chunk of blood. Before Phineas turns and looks to everyone and says, "He was a damn good chef, Salty. And this one's just killed him. And here I was, doing my damnedest for this city. Do any of you want to leave your feedback to this individual to remind him how much you enjoyed Salty's cooking. There's a general murmur, tightening of grips, the readying of weapons. And Phineas looks to the rest of you and says, 30 minutes, boys, and then I'll be back. Don't kill him yet. Do you all want to come with me upstairs?
Before we go there, I will fill him in on the head. You might not want to look in
Yeah,
on that
there's
blade of yours. We were waiting for
quite
you upstairs. We found Dracus's head upstairs.
He stops, turns and looks at you and says, huh. I'll be honest, that was the only thing I didn't believe you all on.
What do you mean?
So you didn't kill him?
No, we didn't. It's poison. We assumed the assassin placed it there for when you would come there.
He goes on over, exposes the head, makes a little bit of a wrench before sealing it back up. I see. Body count's pretty high today. Have you got any idea who would do this? Someone you missed at the warehouse?
Could have been. Like I said, oh, wait, tell us something. How were we captured? How were we caught? How were we found?
Well, when my boys got there, one of the security drones was leaning over you all whilst you were all looking and counting stars.
The very last thing we remember was coming face to face with Mr. Fishperson over there, him pointing the gun at Torbran, me trying to slam the door in his face. That was it. So whatever happened after that certainly wasn't us.
I see. Well, I had to arrest you all on sight because, for obvious reasons, being caught
Obviously.
trespassing. But
Obviously.
I can
Also,
say when
there's.
my men got there was just you and the drone and nothing else.
Did you find anything in the warehouse?
Oh, plenty. And you did a mighty fine job on that one. All obviously seized for pending investigation.
Did you find
Under
a
the
massive
cog.
stack of? Did you find a massive stack of residium, like the enormous vat of residium?
Make an insight check. You can all make an insight check as this is going on if you want to.
Because if you didn't, you might have a huge vat of it missing in your city. If you did, it's your business. Take it as a warning.
I'm
Not as
gonna
me caring.
roll. Oh, Voldretz, you bugger. He rolled a 20.
Nope.
The rest of you, Phineas seems to be just calmly breathing. But Voldreth, at the mention of the word residium, you just see that his brow gets ever so sweaty, perspirated, and there's something to that word that he's deeply trying to not react to. As he just says, Residi what? What's that?
Residium, lovely stuff. Could level towns with it, build wonderful creatures.
Like I said,
Int-
if you didn't find it,
Oh, he found it. Look at him. Squirm.
his
Squirm.
business. His business, not mine. If you didn't, you have a problem. If you did, none of my business.
So you said it's called Residium. And it's
Okay.
highly combustible?
I mean, a little bit.
Or it could be used as a power
Interesting.
source, I suppose.
Well, the power source made sense. But combustible, now we're talking. Very interesting.
Everything's combustible if you try hard enough.
Yeah, like that boat that we didn't do anything with.
So the very boat that you drifted ashore on, you were not responsible for torching. Look, I just got you off all charges. At least give me the decency of telling me the truth.
Have I given the impression of somebody who doesn't?
I just think it's all very convenient so far that you're not guilty of anything.
Like I said, we left the ship where we left it, brought you the cargo. Ship was not burning when we did.
He's speaking truth.
The hell would I torch it anyway?
You watch as he walks over to a side wall, and there's a painting on the side. As he pulls it off, you see there's a safe. He gives a cough and expectantly looks at you all to give a bit of privacy. Do you all turn around, or do any of you attempt to sneak a peek at this?
Nah, Lothar turns around, pondering whether it might actually be a good idea at this point to go back to the Dominion and be surrounded by knights who speak plainly and...
I sneak a peek.
All right,
I
make
think too.
make
Yeah.
perception rolls for me.
Oh my god, why?
Sure, I will
As-
also
as you're
sneak a peek.
Perception.
Oh, thank God.
Oh wow, a natural 20 for an 18.
A natural 20 is still a natural 20.
Yeah.
Ariel, much to your dismay, for an individual, a member of a secret society, a leadership figure of the council, someone who is infamous and notorious of the trafficking of information, you are dumbfounded to learn the password or the passcode to his safe. The secret safe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
As he opens the handle, click, and he pulls out a small pouch, about leather size, not too dissimilar to that of like an ammo pouch from Torbran. And he holds it out and says, "This is the sum total of this residium powder that we recovered from the site. How much did you say there was?"
Like a barrel?
There was barrels and barrels and barrels and
I don't know if all of the barrels had residium in them though. We only checked the one.
So it appears someone took something out from right underneath our noses.
So...
And you hear a loud crack as you turn around and see the ogre's club has gone straight through the head of the goblin, putting it through the chair into the floor as the mess remains scattered across the bottom of the downstairs.
Oh, sorry,
boss. He moved. I didn't. Does this mean no brisket? Phineas looks to you and says, "Unfortunately, there's not much more than meets the eye with that one. Unlike this puzzle. Let's clean this place up and get you all some fed and rested. It's much to ponder on." And with that, I think we'll finish tonight's session.
Can I cast mending on the chair?
On the chair. Yes, sure. And you can end the recording there.
Oh, great.
Oh my god.